Alright, so this video is going to be about situational awareness, which for the most part is going to be looking at your opponent's team, thinking about what kind of plays that they might try to make, respecting your opponent's supports, and just like looking at what's happening in the match, what's going on, what your opponent is doing, when your opponent's supports are being called out, and then just reacting to these things. So immediately, as we're being matched up, I know that looking at his team, this team punishes you for being overly aggressive. So if I'm overly aggressive, I'm going to be punished for it. Both these guys, Dari and Hidan, they're both sub traps. Hidan is probably the worst because his jutsu now has armor on it, and if you sub it, the tracking is really good. He'll just put you right back into guard pressure, which will leave the opponent to come up and make some whatever kind of play he wants to make. Dari pretty much does the same thing. Excellent tracking. Also is a sub trap. These guys are just, you have to watch out for these guys. Hanzo is difficult to punish because his tilt, which is now a jutsu, has armor on it, and it also is a sub trap. So he's very safe. He has a lot of different mix-ups he can do. Hanzo can be very dangerous. So I'm looking at the matchup. I'm looking at what I'm about to face, and immediately I know I cannot commit to plays. Like I can't be too aggressive, otherwise I'm just going to be punished. Going in, I do a classic approach of Sarda's lightning flicker, and I dash behind it. That is a good approach because it keeps you safe. It keeps you safe, as you saw Hanzo, ends up getting hit. But if you notice, right when I dashed in, he immediately calls out Dari, which was good by him. If I didn't call out Sarda to cover me as I moved, this would have been a conversion for him. And then now I would have been on the receiving end, and I probably would have had to use up a sub to get out. But at that point, it's hard because even if I sub to get out, he probably would let's say he reads the sub, or he calls out Hidan just to kind of bait the sub out, or to put me in the sub trap. Then he puts me into more guard pressures or something like that. So you really don't want to let this whole setup get started. I wake up into Almighty Push just to stop any sort of wake up pressure that he was going to have here. As you saw, he probably did this because he saw my chopper flare up, so he probably was thinking I was going to dash. And so he goes into Hanzo's jutsu, which would have punished the dash, right? And then do you see the layers already he's setting up, right? So let's say I did dash, right? I get hit by this. More than likely, okay, let's say I sub this, right? Then I try to dash in again, I'm again being overly aggressive. He calls out, Hidan. Hidan would then catch me, put me into another sub trap, and now it was just a long day. So this is what I mean by situational awareness. I'm looking at his team, I'm thinking about his setups, and I know I have to respect these guys, right? So I'm not rolling out. I'm not rolling up and dashing. I'm rolling up into jutsu, and then I switch out of the jutsu to remain safe, just in case he tries to do something else. I didn't want to stay in pain because right when Almighty Push is done, I can be punished, so I switch out. But now I'm away. I'm gone. Now I'm letting him do whatever. He Dan's over there doing the most, so I'm gonna let him do that, and I'm over there chilling. I'm not being overly aggressive. I'm not trying to dash in. Right here, I'm going to try to attack, hopefully hit him, and then put him into some wake up pressure. But I didn't quite get the snipe. So right here, I'm still not being aggressive. I'm not dashing in. I'm trying to see what he's going to do. Because again, he's on Hanzo. And if I try to be aggressive, like overly aggressive, and dash in, he catches me with his jutsu. Um, Again, it's just turning it into a long day. So I'm intentionally jumping high in the air because I'm seeing if he's going to do like a regular dash, I can cause him to float and then I can punish him. So I'm trying to put him into situations where I have a higher chance of winning the exchange, right? So I'm trying to put him in unsafe situations so then I can have like a safer or a higher chance of punishing and not getting punished myself. So I'm just being patient there. I see again, I didn't commit. I come in, I do IC1, I cancel the IC1. I did ninja dash, so I call out pain because I ninja dash to his guard. I know I'm vulnerable, so he could punish my landing frames. I call out pain to protect myself, but I'm also did that because I'm thinking that Hanzo's going to sub and Hanzo's going to jutsu. Like Hanzo's going to sub straight into jutsu. So I'm canceled my IC1 and I called out pain. So like I'm not really committing to any plays. I'm just really respecting his Hanzo and looking out for his supports. I notice his supports are back now. So now I'm being really careful here, right? I'm looking out for his supports. And as you saw here, how I was able to like get him to float, which is kind of what I was trying to do. So there, I did IC1 and I canceled my IC1 again. And as you saw, he immediately calls out Dari, which is smart. Because again, this team punishes you being overly aggressive and is really good close up. So I'm in his domain basically, right? I'm in his range. I'm close up. He calls out Dari. This is like a perfect setup for him. But I'm watching out for this, right? This is the kind of stuff I'm looking for. So I do IC1. I immediately cancel IC1, and I'm in the air now. Like I'm getting away from this guy. Lightning flicker beats Hidan. That was a bad counter by me. Right now, as you can tell, like I'm playing very patient. Um, I'm switching out of stuff. I'm trying to keep my spacing, trying to keep my distance, um, just so I can give myself time and like a room and space to react to what he might do. And I'm just playing very patient. I know that Dari's coming out, so I'm waiting for that. I block it. That was a good counter by me, but now I see that Hidan is out, so I know I can't be overly aggressive here. So I dash, I go into IC1, and again, I immediately cancel my IC1 because I know Hidan is coming out. Because this is what this team is good for, right? You don't need to, Hanzo, like, he doesn't need to use his subs up when he has both of these guys. So I know Hidan is coming out. So I'm not being greedy, right? I have no reason to be greedy. So I do my IC1, I cancel it again because I know this dude is coming out. I go into pain, right? Just so I can stop his support for if some reason, I don't know, let's say I still got caught somehow, or let's say he like immediately tries to do some sort of follow-up. So I'm calling out pain, my pain support, and then I'm moving away. Like I'm getting my spacing again. I'm still being patient. Right now, I'm being a little bit more aggressive with my dashes because I know his supports are gone. Here, he got hit by Sarda's tilt, well, her jutsu, and I'm waiting. I know that this is a sub trap, but I'm waiting to see if he's going to sub. So I'm being a little bit patient here just to see what he's going to do. He does sub it, but he subs it right, so he waits towards the end, which was good by him. You saw again, like again, another IC1, and I immediately cancel my IC1 because I'm watching out for his support. I call out pain again because I know that once I drop, I'm going to still like Dari is still going to be like on me. So I call out pain to get cancel out Dari, so that way Dari's off the field and I can be like I won't be caught in guard pressure as that when I land. So again, I'm playing. I'm watching out for his supports. I'm respecting his supports. I'm respecting Hanzo. I'm not being too aggressive. I'm not being greedy. And that's just the whole match. See that? Again, I do IC2 and then I immediately get my spacing. I know Hidan is coming out. I see him drop, right? I do IC2 and then I ninja move back. I'm out. Now I know both his supports are back. So again, I'm watching out. I sub and dash there just because I'm like I wanted to at least either get like a dash clash or maybe convert. I see that I'm low on subs, but I do have plenty of chakra. So another way to be defensive is to use your chakra. So now I'm trying to get some like dash clashes in. So I'm doing some spark dashes after that. I got him with the guard manipulation there, so I spark dash to convert. I'm calling out Sarda to give me, like you saw that. I don't know how he didn't get hit. Hidan didn't get hit by Sarda's lightning flicker, but I called out the lightning flicker just to give myself some cover, because again I know his like supports are ready. So, but Hidan's second jutsu is just it's so good. Like you see the range on this thing. Like, do you see this? Look at this. And this is armor. Like this guy has armor. Look at that. That's insane. And you saw how it lingers. I get my spacing again. I switch back to pain. I do he dashes in. I do my jutsu in the air there, which is fine. Pain can actually block faster if he does his almighty push in the air. I know his support is coming out, so I'm going to do another almighty push. I mean, right there, I know that if I land, I'll just be in guard pressure. So instead, I said, I'll just do another almighty push. I mean, even if he doesn't get hit, I'll get rid of his support, which is beneficial to me. And then I'll just block, you know, because he can block faster. So I'll just land the block. I catch him there with the paper bomb. And you saw again, I know that Hidan is coming. So I do IC3 and I go into Jutsu. He probably was expecting me to dash right after that. And so I will get caught, which would just end up leading me to being a sub trap. But I went to Almighty Push and which stops his support. And also he dashed in, so he got hit. That's pretty much how this fight is going to go. Lee just being really patient. That was a misinput there. I see that. Yeah, there I saw that Hidan was coming out. He lands the grab. I mean, not lands the grab, but he does the grab. I'm assuming that he's thinking that I'm just going to like try to sub and dash there. So he was just trying to catch him and grab. Maybe I'm not really sure, but or maybe he thought that I was going to sub and block, and then Hidan was going to put me in the guard pressure, and then he would grab off that. But as you saw, I got out. Like I start ninja moving away. That's just again respecting his support. Respecting his play, and I'm getting safe. I'm getting my spacing. So I need to move away. I dodged that. That was a good jutsu switch by me. getting a little more aggressive with my dashes. I mean, like you see that? He down is just nasty. I'm still being patient. I'm doing a lot of dash clashes. Right here, I'm going to start getting really aggressive with my dashes because I know that I don't have any subs. So I'm just trying to see if I can either that, get in some dash clashes, to just try to buy time for my subs, and also just to keep myself safe. Like one of the ways to keep yourself safe is to dash. I mean, yeah, he could have like went into his surf jutsu or whatever they call it now, with Dari, and I could have got punished, but yeah. So I'm still being patient. I'm not really committing. Right there, I could have did like a when I ninja moved in or ninja dash, I could have ninja dashed in and then gone into her air combo, which I probably could have forced another sub. But I'm just trying to remain safe, so um, or not be like overly aggressive. So I ninja dash in, I just hit him with the bomb, and then I figure after that I'll try to maybe go into some wicker pressure if he doesn't sub. But I'm just that's right now all I'm looking for is like um I'm looking for him to like to sub and maybe to go into a jutsu. I'm looking out for his supports. So I'm just playing really safe and really patient. Right here, I'm smashing just to see if I could get lucky because I know he would dash me while I'm smashing. So I'm smashing there just to see if I could have got lucky and like converted like he dashed into her smash. Sometimes she can catch dashes. So I'm just seeing if maybe I can get lucky. Um, that was a little risky what I did, but I figured, well, I had the sub advantage, so I'll give it a couple tries. I did. I gave it a couple tries. As you saw, it didn't pay off. So now I noticed that he's at low health, so I'm just checking with Stardust that like she throws a shuriken in her what IC2 I think. Yeah. So I'm just trying to see if I can check him with Stardust Smash and just like chip away at that low health. So I'm keeping my distance now, and now I'm just trying to chip away at that health. Still not being overly aggressive. I see that he calls out Hanzo, so I stop. He subs, I just block that. I'm gonna try to catch him with her up combo. See, but yeah, just like checking checking the dashes, just trying to, cause I know he's at low health, so I'm not really trying to like approach or be super aggressive to try to get this last little bit of health. Like I don't need to, so I'm just keeping my distance, trying to check those dashes, and just chip away at that health. Because he could have still turned this fight around, especially with like the low health I had. If I got confident, um, or overly confident, I should say, and like dashed in, got super aggressive, these supports would still like they'll still eat away at these subs, and my health will be gone before you know it, and then we're back to to that second round. So yeah, just this whole point of this video is just to show you guys sometimes like going into a match you have to look at like what's going on, like what kind of supports does your opponent have, and and how you might need to change your approach or change what you're doing so that you don't like you're not just being punished by like all these jutsus that are being thrown out, or being caught up in so many like sub traps. So it might mean you might have to be a little more patient. You know, you might have to do some running. That's just what it is. So having that situation awareness, respecting your opponent's supports, respecting their plays, and just like looking out for these things. So hopefully this video will help in some way.